Okay, today I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to make your own finger knitted infinity scarf. All you're going to need for this is one skein of yarn. It can be any color of your choice, but make sure that the yarn is not too scratchy so that it's very comfortable to wear. Let's get started. To start off, you're going to need to find the beginning of your skein of yarn. Take the string in between your pointer finger and your thumb and hold it there. Now you're going to need to unravel this a couple times to give you some slack while you are weaving. Set the string aside. Now, you're going to start by taking the string in front of your pointer finger and then behind your middle finger, in front of your index finger and behind your pinky. Now you're going to need to do this again, but this time the opposite way. So I'm going to loop it in front of my pinky, behind my index finger, in front of my middle finger, and behind my pointer finger. Now, only when you're first starting, you're going to need to do that step 2 times, because you're always going to need 2 rows of yarn. This is 1 row. Let's create another row. In front of my pointer finger, behind my middle finger, in front of my index finger, and behind my pinky. Loop it around to bring it in front of my pinky, behind my index finger, in front of my middle finger, then behind my pointer finger, and just let that go. I'm going to roll this out a little bit more so I have some more slack. The next step is to start looping it over. This is when you take your bottom strand and you're going to pull it over your finger and let it go, like so. Pull it over my finger and then just let it go right there. Same with all of the other fingers. Pull it over and let it go. Pull it over and let it go. Pull this over and let this go. We're going to do this again, but now since we already have 1 row of yarn, we're only going to need to do that 1 time. In front of my pointer, behind my middle, in front of my index, behind my pinky. Loop it around to bring it in front of my pinky, behind my index, in front of my middle, and then let it go. Now, it doesn't matter if you start with your pointer finger and go to your pinky or the other way around, as long as you're going from one finger to the other. So I'm going to pull it up and loop it over and let it go. Loop it over and let it go. Loop it over and let it go, and loop it over and let it go. Now, as you can see, we're starting to get a little build back here, but it's rather clumped up. So when I pull it just gently, it creates some more dimension. Okay, so now that we're finished, we're going to start tying it off. As you can see, it's rather long, and that is because it's quite thin, and so it looks better when you overlap it multiple times when you wear it. Okay, so this is my extra string right here that I'm going to use to tie it off, and I just cut it off of the thing of yarn. So what you're going to do is you're going to open this up with your thumb, and you're going to put the string through to take place of your finger, and then take that off. And you're going to do the same thing with all of them. Put it through, and then just take that off your finger. I'm going to put this through through the loop, and take it off my finger. And again, through the loop, and then take that off. Then I can tie this in a knot, and that will prevent anything from undoing itself. And then I have this end and the end that I began with. And just all I have to do for that is tie them together in a double knot to make sure that it never comes undone. And then tie it in a little bow. You can trim the ends if you want, do whatever you like. Since you're layering it so many times though, it's not that noticeable. I'm just going to trim that right there. Put that off to the side. And there you have your infinity scarf.